Dolly Peeps, doll history time, and I am talking about this little beauty right here. Before we get into the history of this doll, I'm going to give you a little background history on me and porcelain dolls. When I was little, I really liked porcelain dolls, and so did my mom. One of the things me and my mom connected on was our love for dolls in general. Now, back in the day, my mom was trying to start sculpting and selling her own porcelain dolls. And we took a class together that focused on pouring and firing porcelain dolls, because as anybody who knows about porcelain dolls, they have to be fired in a kiln. And this class was in the basement of a doll shop in downtown Glendale, in Arizona, in old downtown Glendale. And it's not there anymore, but my doll was left at the shop because we never finished our classes for whatever reason. Now, back to this little doll. I found this doll sitting on a shelf in a thrift store. I do not usually buy porcelain dolls. In fact, this is the only one I own currently. But for whatever reason, this little doll caught my eye. I decided to pick her up and check out what her price was. Oh, it's upside down. She was $1.50, but I got her for half off, so I ended up paying 75 cents for her. What a bargain. I thought at the time that at the very least I could use her clothes for another doll if I didn't end up wanting her. As you can see, they're really well made. They got these two little tiny snaps in the back. And, but I ended up keeping her as is. I put her on my shelf, and there she sat until I decided to do some research on her, and now I'm going to share what I found on her. So on the back of her neck, I saw a stamp inside the porcelain, and it says Yolanda Bello. And so I started there, and then there's some numbers that say 68052C. You can see that. So I started there, and Yolanda Bello is, in fact, her artist. And in 1987, which is 32 years ago, officially making her a vintage doll, because from what I read on the internet, vintage is when the doll is at least 20 years old, and an antique is at least 100 years old. So working with Ashton Drake Galleries and Edwin M. Knowles China Company, she issued, as part of the Picture Perfect Babies collection, a 14-inch doll called Jennifer. Her dolls were pretty popular. I found an article online that I thought was interesting, and I will link it below. I'm going to read a part of it. Alright, sorry about that. I had to go grab my husband's phone so I could read part of this article, because I'm using my phone to video record. So the name of the article is Limited Edition Dolls Are Often More Than a Pretty Smile, and it's by Anita Gold, Chicago Tribune, September 7th, 1990. It says, limited edition dolls are of great interest to collectors who snap up examples when first offered, finding them too adorable to resist. And adorable they are, in fact, so much so that many rise in value once supplies are exhausted. Thus, a retired or secondary market for such editions is produced. When such dolls are first issued, it is unpredictable as to whether they will escalate in value, and it's anybody's guess just how much the price of such editions will command. However, no one should speculate and buy such dolls as an investment. They should buy them because they enjoy their charm and quality. If such winners do rise in value, that should be considered a plus. Alrighty, and now I'm going to skip a little bit. Speaking of winners, on June 30th, the International Doll Exhibitions and Auctions, Ltd., presented an auction of 30 dolls, including limited editions. A popular fairyland-like shop, it was Gigi's Dolls and Sherry's Teddy Bears, a popular fairyland-like shop that buys, sells, and deals in limited edition modern and antique dolls. The auction generated lots of excitement and drew nearly 15,000 doll lovers. The doll that realized the highest price was Jason, designed by Yolanda Bello, which brought a whopping $1,050, being the first issue in Yolanda's Picture Perfect Babies collection. When first issued, Jason was offered in 1985 for a mere $48. Other auctioned Bello-designed limited edition dolls from her Picture Perfect Baby series included Heather, issued in 1986 for $48, which brought $220. Jennifer, issued in 1987 for $58, and that brought $500. And then it just goes on and on. If anybody's interested, they can look that up. It's a very interesting article. So from 1990, let me fix my light here, sorry, 1990 to 1996, I believe, to celebrate the anniversary of these dolls, a miniature line was created, as well as an ornamental line, like for Christmas tree ornaments. I will pop up some pics on the screen. This little lady is a miniature. She's about 6 to 6.5 inches tall. The only thing that was missing was a small little muff that she had hanging on her arm originally. And obviously she didn't have her box or her COA. But other than that, she is in really great condition. Now, on a website called justcollecting.com, I found some more interesting facts about Yolanda Bello. So I'll share some of those with you. She is a Venezuelan doll designer. She lived here in the U.S. and started sculpting dolls in the 1970s. In 1985 to 1986, she won a Dottie Prize for doll design, and a Dottie is a Doll of the Year prize. In 1987, her Heather doll, which I will pop up a pic, was voted a Doll of the Year by the National Association of Limited Edition Dealers. If you are interested in more info, go check out justcollecting.com. And I'll try to link that below too. So another website you guys might want to check out if you're interested is, let me see, I wrote it down. Dollreference.com. I thought it was very interesting. And let me give you a close-up of this baby. I'm going to fix the light here. Hold on. So come on in. Okay. This little Jennifer miniature has little tiny teeth in there. If you can see that. Let me see. Okay, there we go. Little tiny teeth in there. And blue eyes. And just a really adorable little smile. And her outfit is just so adorable. She's so cute. And I really can't believe I got her for 75 cents. But yeah, so I hope you guys found this interesting like I did. And I want you to enjoy some pictures of her. I'm going to pop up some pictures of this baby. And until next time, bye-bye. Hello, Dolly Peeps. If you hear noise in the background, that's just my kids playing. I'm going to take some of this painter's tape, and what I'm going to do is clean off this little tiny velvet dress. It has a little bit of dust on it, and it gets dusty super easy because I've already done this like 3 times, but this just gets that little extra bit of dust off, if you can see that, without harming this dress or this baby doll. So yeah, there she is. Isn't she beautiful?